that? The moon just spoke!
I'm not hearing things, am I? The Master of Elation is here?
Hurry, make a wish. It might actually come true.
Hang on. This isn't right. Is it? Oh, that winking moon up there in the sky. It just spoke. For real. Oh, hey, it wasn't just me, was it? You heard that too, right?
I heard it too. That's why I came straight back for you. The winner of these Phantasmoon games shall inherit all my authority and become the true, permanent Eon of Elation. Which means... Precisely. Aha has raised the stakes. The final winner will inherit the authority of Elation itself.
Are you serious? This is so wild. It doesn't even feel real anymore.
Every time a path has vanished or been absorbed, the cosmic turmoil has lasted for dozens of Amber Eras. The transfer of an Eon's divine authority. How could that ever amount to a mere wager, lightly traded in a single world's game? The most logical explanation is that Aha wants to steer this game toward utter insanity. But then, who can possibly fathom the mind of an Eon? Not every Phantasmoon game's ending has been recorded. Many were lost to time, most likely a consequence of the winners exercising their newfound divine authority. But as far as recorded history goes, this is unprecedented. After all, the chance to be an Eon for just 1 minute is already an irresistible lure for many.
Exactly. It's just too weird. Can you really just give up being an Eon? What if this is just a big prank by those masked fools?
In the historical records, instances of the Phantasmoon speaking are few and far between, and the likelihood of it being influenced by an external force is exceedingly slim. Basically, unless what the Phantasmoon said is some cruel joke or a play on words, once the games are over, a new god will be born. One of unknown identity, unknown morality, and unknown purpose. They won't be a guest with a 1-minute pass to the Elation theme park. They will be its new owner. They may spread good fortune and steer the great wheel of the cosmos toward hope. Or they may be a god of utter malice, mocking all who stand against the destruction, intent on dragging the universe into an abyss of despair.
You mean a pessimist sees a half-empty glass, but an optimist sees a half-full one. I knew you were an optimist, just like me. Besides, there's no way the Eon of Elation would let their authority fall into unworthy hands, right? Right? Right?
No way! It's Baseball, Raccoon, March Bunny, and Hime Cat in the flesh! Oh, what are they doing here?
I couldn't even get a ticket to Star Rail Fest, and now I'm seeing them right here on the street!
Whoa. Where did all these people come from?
Hey, that declaration the Phantom Moon mentioned was about you, right? What are you gonna do? Got any kind of moon landing plans in the works?
You should just hit it with your bat! Send that thing spinning into a black hole at the edge of the cosmos! You smash anyone who stands in your way with that bat!
The way they say it makes you sound like a supervillain. Uh-oh. You don't think that fight with the Daybreak Squadron made everyone turn on us, do you?
Come on, isn't that basically your trademark? You beat the Daybreak Warriors senseless.
Oh! All these big shots from across the cosmos, fighting to the death right in our backyard. It's gonna be epic!
Epic? Are you brain dead? One wrong move from them and we're in serious trouble. Just like what happened with the Herald of Death years ago.
Sign this for me, future Eon!
Yo! When you become an Eon, can I be your Emanator?
We should get away from this mess. Let's head back to the Express and discuss matters there.
You're back. Himiko messaged me. She filled me in on the Star Rail Fest and the Phantom Moon's declaration. Things really are changing fast. You're right. The fact that the Phantom Moon openly made a promise is anything but ordinary.
To prevent the divine authority from falling into the wrong hands, the supplicants may go to any lengths now with their tactics and actions. After all, in most people's minds, they alone are the ones best suited to wield power. Right or wrong has little to do with it. Such is the nature of human will.
Yeah, and that may be exactly what the Phantom Moon wishes to see. A spectacular, head-on battle of ambitions.
Madam Pearl has sent a communication request to the Astral Express. Accept transmission?
It hasn't been long since we parted, and here I am disturbing you once more. My sincerest apologies.
Please, there's no need to apologize. Given the urgency of this transmission, Madam Pearl, I assume you wish to discuss the Phantom Moon's recent declaration.
Nothing manipulates people's emotions quite like that moon in the sky. A permanent handover of divine authority. It is unprecedented.
I can't help but wonder whether some malicious presence lurks behind the Phantom Moon. Still, who else but the Elation themselves could wield such control over it?
In any case, the Phantom Moon's speech has made the public realize that the power to create a god is in their hands. Their emotions, and perhaps even their wish power, are swelling to historic levels. The Department of Aberration Defense even detected a surge of agitation and unrest among the Imaginae. When normal people believe power rests in their hands, their decisions tend to grow more radical and reckless. Please, be careful, and make sure to protect yourselves. It isn't required, but I advise you to limit your appearances in public spaces. The Media and Public Relations Department has been monitoring public sentiment. At present, speculation and criticism regarding the Astral Express are surging.
I've seen it online myself. Following the fight with the Daybreak Warriors, there's been no shortage of hostile commentary aimed at him. A commentary program on TV has been claiming the Express's adventures are Nothing but stories fabricated by the IPC. Many believe the Astral Express is oppressing the local heroes, and some even are speculating that he is the new Herald of Death.
What the? What's wrong with these people?
These narratives are undoubtedly being amplified by media platforms steered by Full Wish. I've received a report from the Security Bureau. They tell me that many fans of the Daybreak Squadron have been stirred up and are threatening retaliation against the Express. I'll reinforce security in case agitators attempt to storm the station. I can, but you overestimate what control really means. In the arena of public opinion, those who look strong are often the ones at a disadvantage. And besides, you'll be distancing yourself from us for a while. Isn't that right? That is accurate. We intend to scale back our public association for the time being. If it's confirmed that the Express is colluding with the IPC, its public image would only deteriorate further. Regrettably, I cannot agree to this. Clarifying the facts amid a frenzy of public sentiment is like trying to quell boiling water by stirring it. It only fuels the flames. The happiness surgery causes recipients to undergo an abundance transformation. Disclosing such sensational information would probably be taken as a hoax, or trigger public panic. I will instruct the Department of Aberration Defense to verify the true mechanism behind the happiness surgery as soon as possible, and assess its potential impact. I strongly advise you to exercise restraint in front of the media. Even the smallest statement can be selectively edited and misrepresented. That much is certain. Still, given the current volatility of public sentiment, please exercise caution and self-control. I sincerely hope that the Phantom Moon's declaration will not disrupt the goodwill between us. A greater danger still stands before us. After listening to the declaration, who knows what extremes Full Wish might be driven to. Affairs demand my attention, so I must excuse myself. Should there be further developments, I will keep you apprised.
What do you make of the current situation?
We need to take action and put a stop to Full Wish before things get even worse. Even if I'd never joined the Phantom Moon Games, I'd still make this decision. We cannot allow her to deceive and poison innocent people in the name of happiness.
Agreed. Given the likelihood of Full Wish acting unpredictably, we should confront her with everything we have. That reminds me, I've been wondering, the happiness surgery taps into the power of abundance, yet Full Wish seems perfectly normal. Just, how did she get her hands on something so dangerous?
Perhaps it's the lingering poison left behind by the previous Herald of Death. 15 years ago, the monster who turned living flesh into his artwork would, in the heat of combat, slip into bouts of frenzied elation and delirium. The murderous mark he left behind, the bloody bloom, was no mere delusion. According to his interrogation transcripts, he claimed to witness a brilliant golden tree promising him everlasting life. I cannot say whether the vision this madman claimed to see corresponds to something real. but the possibility cannot be ruled out. He claimed that in his hallucinations, the golden tree's branches coiled around him, drowning him in frenzy and pleasure. He wanted its blossoms to bloom before all, and to bring about that miracle, he was willing to slaughter without restraint. In hindsight, it's clear that the Herald of Death was a supplicant who bore the power of abundance. The tragedy he orchestrated in Planarcadia ultimately forged another version of himself. Full Wish. Right now, in Planarcadia, how many have undergone the happiness surgery and turned into potential abominations of abundance? It's a terrifying thought. Full Wish. What has happened to you over the years? Hiding behind these innocent people. What are you really trying to accomplish? I need more information about this junior of mine. I plan to head to Graphia Academy. Care to join me? If we're to investigate Full Wish, we need to examine the traces left behind from the Herald of Death incident that took place during the last Phantom Moon Games. The recollections of teachers and the student records sealed away by the school. We're bound to find a vital clue there. If you're set, let's get moving.
Well, after that so-called dream campus experience, we've ended up back at Graphia Academy. It's almost like revisiting the place after graduation. Wait a minute. This nostalgia isn't an after effect of the Sparksy virus, right?
Don't worry, Marge. The Department of Aberration Defense conducted a comprehensive disinfection of the campus.
That's a relief. The last thing I need is to be mid-investigation and suddenly morph into some hopping, dancing mushroom rabbit. Speaking of which, where should we begin our investigation into Full Wish?
I think it's best we see my father first. It's only appropriate that we obtain permission from the Dean before proceeding with the investigation. 15 years have passed, but there should be a backup of the student files, work logs, or visitor records, and only he knows where they're stored. Let's go then, to the Dean's office.
Say yes?
There you are at last. The news said you got into a huge fight with those, what are they called? Warriors at the Floating Isle exhibition. And then you disappeared. Let me see. You're not hurt anywhere, are you? I sent you a dozen messages, and you didn't reply to a single one. Do you have any idea how worried I was? But seeing that you've come to tell me you're safe in person, I'll let this slide. If you're really so preoccupied, a message or a call would do, you know. Ah, it's you two. I saw you on the news as well. Valiantly fought, huh? These Megatron warriors don't know who they're messing with. To think they dare challenge my daughter's subordinates.
Well, now it feels like we're the underlings of Warlord Himeko or something.
In any case, I'll leave Himeko in your hands. Please try to keep her out of combat.
Stop. Every time you and he get together, the conversation somehow drifts completely off course. I'm fine. I'm good. Your daughter's no porcelain doll. We came here to...
I know. I understand. You didn't come as my daughter. Rather, I am currently speaking to the navigator of the Astral Express. But tell me, has there been progress on the new Herald of Death case? I wasn't expecting the questioning to come in rounds.
In rounds?
The Department of Aberration Defense also sent someone here before you. They inquired about Foolish. But regrettably, I truly don't know how to answer. On one hand, I wasn't here 15 years ago. On the other, she is still considered one of our school's distinguished alumni. I'm aware that you're involved in the investigation too. So, I compiled the pertinent documents ahead of time. I hope they'll be of use to you.
Thank you, Mr. Ryusuke.
Go ahead. The files are inside the archive room. Take whatever materials you need. To be honest, it wasn't until the Herald of Death incident 15 years ago that I first learned her name. As the Dean, I should have met up with her more often and tried harder to soothe the wounds it left on her. But I just couldn't. Do you really need all the details? The whole serving as a model example thing. I don't want to tarnish it completely. I knew it was a selfish thought, but I just couldn't help it. Back then, whenever I heard her name, I thought to myself, if someone was able to survive the incident, then why couldn't it have been my daughter? 15 years ago, I received a commission to paint a massive portrait for an elixir seeker chief on the planet of Goliath's Shepherd. They said he had an elixir that could cure countless diseases. By the time I came back, everything had changed. There had been a terrible accident on campus, and my daughter... Even though I knew my presence here wouldn't have changed anything. Because of that incident, I made a promise to never leave this world again during the Phantom Moon Games. That's why I immediately flew here when I heard about the full Phantom Moon. But once again, I was too late. And the supplicant called Sparksy had turned the canvas upside down.
It's all right. You can leave the crisis solving to the nameless.
You're right about that. Yet oddly, once Sparksy stirred up all that chaos, applications to the school soared to an all-time high. The times we live in are increasingly beyond my comprehension. You're always welcome. Other than the archive room, you could also try talking to Miss Dolly. She's the longest-serving faculty member here and likely knows the most.
Then we'll try the archive room. Let's go, you two. Thank you, Dad.
We should be able to find the archive room and Miss Dolly around in the Genesis classroom, right?
Oh my goodness, I thought I recognized you in the distance. Himeko, it really is you!
Miss Dolly, Please forgive me for not coming to see you sooner. I've been back for a while now, but this is the first chance I've had to come see you.
Don't worry about it. I'm simply happy that you cared enough to visit. I must apologize about the mask you entrusted me. In the end...
Please, I can't thank you enough for safeguarding the mask all those years.
Look at you. You haven't changed a bit. You and your friends look like you're in a hurry. Is there something you need to attend to? Foolish? A poor child who survived the Herald of Death. The school organized a fundraiser for her back then. I still remember how she bowed again and again with tears in her eyes at everyone who helped. Poor girl, though she was lucky to have survived, her parents didn't make it. There were rumors flying around the school saying she had something to do with the Herald of Death. Otherwise, why would she be so lucky? She's the only one who survived. What a bunch of scoundrels. She had good grades and a good heart. And becoming famous, she often came back to visit the school and sponsored a number of scholarship projects.
Speaking of which, do you know anything about what happened to her after she graduated from school?
I heard she went somewhere beyond the sky to further her studies after graduation. She had the chance to work for the Interastral Peace Corporation, but chose to return home and take over Seafeld TV instead, which was on the verge of bankruptcy.
Somewhere beyond the sky. Miss Dolly, do you know where she went exactly?
I never heard. However, she pushed out many projects after taking over the TV station and managed to expand their business to the whole of Planarcadia in just a few years. That is all I know.
Thank you, Ms. Dolly, for your intel.
Teacher, the gym teacher is... The new Herald of Death is real! They say he came back to life and was responsible for what happened in Dovebrook. He's not coming here to kill again. Is he? Maybe we should ask for leave and stay home until this blows over?
What are you, scared? If he really comes, I'm live streaming the whole thing and getting all the clout for it. Who needs leave after that? I'll just quit school altogether. I heard he murdered hundreds of students here 15 years ago.
Hundreds? Really? I only heard that the crime scene still exists somewhere on campus. I don't feel too good about this. We should get out of here.
If we help the Express Gang, there's a chance we might get featured in The Fluffy.
Oh, you're seriously obsessed with becoming famous.
The fitness club's looking for new members. Anyone interested? The atmosphere in this archive room is giving me the creeps. It's so gloomy. Almost like we've stumbled into Fixtroll Garden.
It was like this 15 years ago as well. The archives tracked all academic results. Near the final exams, students dissatisfied with their abilities often poured their frustration into painting unsettling things. There's a lot of data stored here. Aside from what my father organized for us, let's explore the other areas as well. If possible, keep an eye out for clues regarding Fullwish's life after graduation. She returned to her alma mater frequently, so there must be records of her visits. dabbling in technology related to the abundance. Where exactly did she acquire it? Perhaps her past holds a clue.
There are so many press releases here. The school's annual Distinguished Students Register from 1982 to 1984. For 3 consecutive years, first place was always foolish. The IPC has severed all channels of intel with its iron grip. Hardly a surprise. Formal caution regarding a student's non-compliant hairstyle. Disciplinary action concerning a student's involvement in 3 food poisoning cases. Disciplinary notice for a student's involvement in a physical altercation. This? Did they really have to put this here? Garden Star of Botanical Study. Cognitive Science Research. Miss Dolly mentioned that Fullwish went beyond the sky to study after graduation. Turns out, this is where she went. Let's go chat with the others.
Well, did you find anything? Garden Star of Botanical Study? It appears to be a greenhouse world located within the consternation star zone. Oh, found it. Its property ownership is registered under a specific school within the Intelligentsia Guild. Strange. The name of the school is encrypted. I've heard conspiracy theories claiming the Herald of Death from 15 years ago was actually someone from the IPC. Given the great lengths the IPC went to in wiping away all traces after the incident, perhaps the rumors are true.
Bullwish was hurt by the Herald of Death. Yet after studying in an institution funded by the IPC, she became a suspect in the new Herald of Death incident. guys from the Strategic Investment Department have been nice to us, but whenever something bad goes down in the cosmos, the first thing everyone thinks is the IPC did it, right? Himeko, do you think Pearl might be planning something nasty for this Phantom Moon Games too?
As a member of the IPC, Pearl clearly won't reveal everything she knows to us. However, I'm inclined to believe she bears us no ill will. After all, the crisis Full Wish might be plotting would completely overturn the IPC's order here, and that would serve her no benefit. I'm more inclined to think that after witnessing the power of the Herald of Death, she resolved to uncover the truth behind it. That's why she went to another world to study after graduation. But is the knowledge she gained in just a few short years enough to create the happiness surgery? If the power of the abundance used in the happiness surgery stems from the Herald of Death's lingering poison, would the IPC, who have tried to hide this in every way possible, really be unaware of her actions? There are too many things here that an ordinary scholar simply couldn't achieve. Perhaps I should contact her as a fellow alumna and have an open, honest talk.
Contact Full Wish as her senior? After all this time, would she even want to see you?
I don't know. Back then, I had taken a leave of absence from university due to health issues, so I was doing some idle work at my father's school to clear my mind. Full Wish would occasionally run to the library to slack off. She and Belle always appeared together, helping me organize newspaper clippings and library cards, all while chattering on about classmates' crushes and the latest gossip. They didn't treat me like a patient who needed special care, nor did they treat me like the dean's daughter. We often shared snacks brought from home and secretly dug out the school's collection of ancient books and paintings to admire them. Full Wish, she was the model student, always knowing a little more than everyone else. Her questions often went beyond the textbooks, pushing past the boundaries of what someone her age should know. When she looked through those illustrations of Imagine, her eyes would always sparkle. I could feel the passion in her eyes, and an unspeakable sense of loneliness. If she still remembers our old friendship, she will meet me. Full Wish is walking a dangerous path right now. And the deeper someone walks into the abyss, the more they crave the recognition and understanding of old friends. I want to ask her myself, why has the happiness she pursues become an illusion that can only be maintained by a taboo surgery?
Me too.
Thank you, you two. And thank you for your investigation. Though many questions remain unanswered, at least I now have a clearer picture of her movements after graduation. By the way, before we leave the school, there's one more place I'd like to visit. Before I meet Full Wish, I want to say goodbye to that memory from 15 years ago.
You mean that old school building from 15 years ago?
We have all the clues we need, and the call culprit is... me?
Favor us. Let me teach you some moves.
Soaring above the land, this is permanent!
That only. Don't thank me.
Zero skill, all grind. Let's have some fun.
I'm so sorry. I just couldn't finish tidying up the ribbons, and now I've dragged you into staying this late.
Don't worry about it, Belle. It was my turn on duty today anyway.
Himeko? Is this?
Yes. In this imaginated classroom, the after-images of the students from 15 years ago still linger in their original places.
Tomorrow is the school anniversary. I wonder how lively it will be. They've invited parents here. Will your parents be coming? Oh, full wish?
Oh, that's full wish from her youth.
Yeah, Dad already took time off. By now he's probably out on the streets with Mom, picking out formal wear. If it's my daughter's performance, we have to dress to the nines. That's just like him. He always loves making those kinds of jokes.
Then you'd better put on a good show, huh?
There won't be a show anymore, Belle. Because unexpected guests have arrived. Everyone from the Astral Express and Himeko. I didn't expect to meet you here. Did you enjoy yourselves at Star Rail Fest? Did you grant those smiling kids their wishes and bring joy to everyone?
Full wish.
Himeko, you recognized me at just a glance. I thought Himeko was at school like the rest of us that day. When I saw Belle lying in a pool of blood, when I was crushed under the collapsed wall and unable to breathe, the thought crossed my mind. Poor Himeko. If you had met the Herald of Death with that delicate frame of yours. But who would have guessed? You're alive and living quite well. You became the navigator of the Astral Express, roaming freely beyond the sky, just like the three of us used to talk about in our chats. Your dream came true. Congratulations are in order. Himiko, do you know 15 years have passed? And my wounds have mostly healed. Regrettably, there are some scars and emptiness that time can never heal. Look around. Even here, even with these phantoms, their seats are still empty. Belle, Leon, Xianya, Mia, and so many others. 15 years have passed, and I've learned that time isn't a cure. It's a shroud, binding itself around me, layer upon layer. So I made a decision. I'm going to tear it open. I'm going to let everything bloody and unforgettable beneath it see the light of day again.
See the light of day? You were a victim of the Herald of Death, only to become the second Herald of Death yourself? You intend to use a power you can't possibly comprehend to win the Phantasmoon Games. How are you any different from that monster back then? From the monster that took your parents' lives? I'm sorry. I shouldn't compare you to that devil. You still have a chance. Stop this now.
Stop? I'm sorry. I don't quite understand what you're saying. I would advise everyone to think twice before making rash accusations. As a media professional, let me give you a piece of advice. From now on, when you're in front of a camera lens, watch your expressions and be cautious with your words and actions. At the very least, try not to look so flustered during this public exchange. We live in a world where we are constantly gazed upon and watched by others. This camera crew was originally prepared for my upcoming speech, but meeting you all here, it really adds a wonderful dramatic flair. To the audience watching from your screens, you know my name, and I know that right now, you are watching me. 15 years ago, with the tacit approval of the IPC and the Arcadia Council, the Master of Elation's divine ritual degenerated into a barbaric, bloody game. You and I, the residents of this Arcadia, surrendered a lifetime of dignity, wealth, and time to them, all in exchange for a single full meal. We are surrounded by bizarre entertainment and stimulating gore. We soak all day in shallow, boring programs, achieving nothing. And now, we must live in fear of the unscrupulous atrocities of these supplicants from beyond the sky, forcing smiles as we applaud and cheer for them. Is this the happiness the god promised us? No! Absolutely not! The Master of Elation would never be deceived by miracles, but with pain and blood. What they desire to see are heartfelt smiles. And so, they granted me a revelation. Everyone On that evening 15 years ago, what saved me was not luck. It was not the supplicants, and it was certainly not the IPC. Right here, as the Herald of Death approached, step by step, the one who sent down a miracle was the master of elation. They allowed me to escape with my life. And when I was trapped in a small room, consumed by loneliness, they sent me a mask. They revealed my mission to me. To bring happiness back to a Planarcadia that has lost its smile. I, Fullwish, survivor of the Bloodstained Games, hereby formally announce that I will join the Phantom Moon Games! In this game, I shall win the Eon of Elation's authority. And then, I will make smiles of happiness bloom on the faces of every single person in Planarcadia! Himiko, don't frown. Smile. I will bring happiness to you too, just as I will bring it to everyone. I won't manipulate the Phantom Moon Games like those high and mighty IPC executives. Nor will I treat the rewards granted by the God of Elation as bargaining chips for profit. We are in Planarcadia, so we should decide the winner in a Planarcadian way. I'll give you a stage if that's what you want. I invite you all to a televised debate at Fullwish TV in Seafeld City. The invitation extends to all supplicants.
A Planarcadian way? That's just a way that benefits you. We're not going.
You can refuse, of course, but then, under the gaze of billions of viewers, you must accept your public image as frauds deceiving the world and cowards with guilty consciences. Remember, this isn't just an invitation. It is your only chance to defeat me in front of everyone, since you believe you represent what is right. The stage is set. Come and perform this final act that will determine the future of the Arcadia with me. Or simply leave. The choice is yours.
Darn it! Are we just going to let Fullwish walk away?
We are right in the middle of the cameras she prepared. Remember to be cautious with your words and actions. Let's leave here and return to the Express.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Arcadian Morning Report. We're continuing our exclusive coverage. Just moments ago, we received some shocking news. The head of our station, Lady Fullwish, has officially announced that she will be entering the Phantom Moon Games as a supplicant.
At the same time, Lady Fullwish has announced a blockbuster special! The end of the century TV debate! She is inviting supplicants to the Fullwish TV studio to discuss and debate the topic, what kind of future will the Phantom Moon Games bring to this world?
What a magnificent topic! At a time when supplicants from beyond the sky are brazenly suppressing and insulting our local heroes, finally, a supplicant has appeared who truly cares about and represents the citizens of Planarcadia.
Too true! Ever since these Phantom Moon Games began, signs of things spiraling out of control have been popping up everywhere. First, the famous streamer Sparksy tried to spread a mimetic virus. Then the nameless of the Astral Express clashed with the Daybreak Squadron, causing severe damage to Lookout Cloud and the Skyline Express line.
With so many accidents happening, you really can't help but wonder, are we seeing a repeat of the Bloodstained Games from 15 years ago?
bloodstained games 15 years ago. Miss Foolish herself is a survivor of that tragedy. She's come such a long way, never once letting her painful past keep her down. A true legend of resilience. Now Miss Foolish has joined the fray as a supplicant. She must be here to stop the tragedy from repeating itself and to reclaim the peaceful days this world deserves from the hands of supplicants from beyond the sky.
Will she be able to shoulder the wishes of all Planarcadia and set this game right again after it's spiraled out of control? Let's wait and see.
Ugh, so shameless. Reporting news about your own station director on your own TV station, and you still have the gall to pretend you've received some shocking news? Don't you guys talk to each other internally?
I see. Full Wish actively issued a challenge. I ran a search. Seafeld City is a port town neighboring Duo-Mention City. Full Wish TV's predecessor, Seafeld TV, is located there. Looking at it this way, the televised debate is obviously nothing more than a diversion. What Full Wish wants most is for us to walk right into the trap she's prepared. So, what do you think?
You're really going to the TV station to fight her?
I'll go. But not to debate. I'm going to tear off her mask of happiness in front of the entire audience. But before we act, I need more help.
Help? We can all help you. Wait, do you mean...
Sparksy.
Ever since Sunday was dragged into the Phantas Moon Games by Yao Guang, he hasn't returned for days. However, I haven't heard of him making any public appearances either. Asking him to cooperate as a wildcard right now is a good idea.
But what's the deal with finding Sparksy?
Whether Sparksy counts as our ally is a massive question mark. But right now, there is indeed something we need her help with. Full Wish said that when loneliness trapped her in that small room, the Master of Elation sent her a mask. Correct. If every fool has stepped into the tavern before, then there must be traces hidden there left by Full Wish as a fool. Just like...
how we track down the clues about SparksyCon.
Sparksy. Will she stand on our side? Well, this is certainly a condition she wouldn't be able to turn down.
You just said, as for the brewing storm, whether the turmoil once again is the result of the laughter's mischief. What exactly was that supposed to mean? You mean to say the Joy Seeker wants to destroy the very rules they laid down, the game they wove with their own hand?
Come over here. This fox mask is a ritual instrument I once used in dance and music. It accompanied me across vast distances in search of an elixir of immortality, a mark of who I was in life. I've lost count of how long it has been since I last wore it since being enlightened and transplanted here. But here it is, presented upon the altar again, which means...
As the game's referee, you've been pushed onto the field. In this moment, you are now a supplicant.
For over a century, I presided over a war game in which supplicants carved out their own territories and vied for supremacy, using the power of the masks. I've also hosted survival games where emanators took the stage to compete, invoking eonic powers to try and slaughter every last opponent in a single day. Whenever the Phantom Moon Games are at risk of being suspended or disrupted, I will use the authority granted by the elation and the abundance to measure, judge, and punish any violators. I guess you could call me the security protocol for the Phantom Moon Games. But now, someone has gone and designated me as a supplicant. It's utterly unheard of. Who else but the Laughter could pull off something like this?
Perhaps. Some entity harboring a deep-seated hatred for the Laughter.
Who could it be? Entities like that. I couldn't count them all even if I used my toes. I learned that jerk ages ago. Take a joke too far, and you're bound to make enemies. See? Instant karma.
Never mind who he is or what he's after. We're here now. So what do you plan on doing? Fortune rests upon misfortune, and misfortune gives rise to fortune. Becoming a supplicant isn't necessarily a bad thing. Wouldn't that allow you to step openly into this chaos and drag the puppet master into the light?
You're looking to team up with me? Team up with someone from the abominations of abundance that you Xianzhou people despise?
That's hardly appropriate. You're an ancient sacred tree. It's the furthest thing from an abomination of abundance, no?
Oh, your standards are certainly flexible. The hunt and the abundance. We really make quite the interesting pair. So, where do you plan on starting?
How about we start by freeing my friend in the tree?
I nearly forgot about that. Chip away, little bird. I'll allow it.
General Yao Guang and Miss Fox, I've received some news that might interest you.
A happiness surgery that wipes away suffering. The power of abundance in this world is disgustingly excessive. It seems the most terrifying omen I foresaw may not originate from the Stellaron hunters, nor from Planarcadia itself. This supplicant, called Full Wish, is also a dangerous variable.
If you can, I would ask that you direct your focus toward Seafeld City.
You want to take a trip to Seafeld City? It seems I'll have to use some special measures to shorten the journey.
Oh, this is the part I've been looking forward to the most. I've always been curious where exactly this secret court is located, and what it connects to.
Xianzhou lady, let me show you this world's most impressive method of travel. Here we are!
Already? Wait. Why are we at this station?
Because naturally, we're taking the express to get where we're going.
All that buildup, and this is your idea of an impressive method of travel?
Well, what else? That's That's why I said you've definitely never seen this before. It's the Bulletworm Express. I bet you've never taken a ride on this.
You're the arbitrator of the Phantom Moon games. You're crying out loud. Don't you have a cooler way of getting around?
You're a great general of the Xianzhou for crying out loud. Don't you have a cooler way to get around?
Fine, fine. For the first time in my life, I finally know what it feels like to be the fool.
The train bound for Seafeld City is arriving at the station.
Hey, you got any money on you? Spot me a ticket, would ya?
That's the second time.
Let's have some fun! You haven't said a word the whole way, Xianzhou Diviner. Are you mesmerized by the scenery? Or is there something in your divinations weighing on your mind?
After casting divinations 1,000 times, one may learn to keep a still heart. Yet, each foreseen omen of doom still clouds the inner lake with gathering shadows. That is why, before divining, I usually wipe clean my mind's eye to clear away stray thoughts, lest the outcome be disturbed.
Take a word of advice from someone slightly your senior. Maybe it's nothing new to you. If we treat every approaching calamity like a final reckoning, wouldn't an infinite lifespan turn into prolonged suffering?
Enjoy the present. Indeed, yet worldly joys are fleeting as morning dew, while our duties are as immovable as heavy mountains.
Diviners often miss the fun right in front of them because they foresee tomorrow's suffering. But have you ever thought about this? That so-called suffering of tomorrow might just be the poisonous fruit sown by you being terrified today. It is precisely because we know the ending that every scene along the way is so precious and unique, isn't it? Look at this harbor before us. When I first set foot here, all these streets, the fishing boats, the people, none of them existed. As far as the eye could see, there was only fire. The seas had been vaporized, leaving only fractured seabeds and ash that blotted out the sun. The demonic legions from beyond still hadn't departed, and the waves that would surge into Dovebrook had, in that moment, not yet arrived. Just on the mountain over there, a painter and I looked out at the iron-red scars on the earth. She told me, that which vanishes is bound to return. She swore to use her brush to preserve everything claimed by the destruction.
It seems she succeeded.
And so, I too shall keep my promise to her, maintaining the course of the Phantom Moon games until the sands of time slip away. With every descent into this game's cycles, I shall enjoy myself to the fullest. Like sipping tea, be it sweet or bitter, I shall savor the flavor of every instant. To do otherwise would be a disservice to the people and things that have passed.
To savor a fleeting moment against the backdrop of eternity, naturally the flavor is profound. A pity, though. Even as a long-life species, my time is brief compared to yours. As a Xianzhou native, the karma I carry is far too heavy. I could never learn how to be as carefree as you. Miss Evanescia, what to you is a game to be savored, is a life and death reality for the living beings of Planarcadia.
Alright then. Next up, I'm entering brooding and edgy serious mode.
That won't be necessary. I shall use the Eye of Ishvara to divine the fates of the people in Seafeld City. If they face imminent catastrophe, a red fate slip will be hanging above their heads. The rainbow surveys the heavens, perceiving 1,000 forms. Across the meridians of destiny, the Jade Abacus reveals its script. The celestial eye opens and shuts as calamity and fortune reveal themselves. Calamity looms overhead. The crimson slip is cast. Mr. Sunday will share my insight with you through the spirit bird, Miss Evanescia. Please, bear witness.
Is that their fate hanging over their heads?
Precisely. Come on, let's take a closer look. Why do these people have wheel slips hanging over their heads?
Let's have some fun!
The drop rates are this bad.
Astral Express, boo! Get out of Seafeld City! Astral Express, boo! Get out of Planarcadia!
Oh, good afternoon. Would you two lovely young ladies care to join us in protest for the bright future of Seafeld City?
Hey, Pops. You guys are grinning like it's a holiday festival, but your slogans sound so fierce. Doesn't that feel a bit weird?
We Seafeld folk pride ourselves on our manners. Even when expressing dissatisfaction, we do it with a smile. Now that's real happiness etiquette.
We won't let anyone ruin this serenity. Come on, ma'am. We have a flag with us. You'll feel better in no time.
Their emotions are so synchronized. It's like they rehearsed it. This kind of happiness feels like some compulsory routine.
Their smiles send shivers down my spine. Hey, wasn't it your Director Fullwish who invited the Astral Express crew here to debate? Shooing your guests away like this is hardly polite.
You! You're from the Astral Express, aren't you?
Hey! So, do I really look that much like a nameless? It's not like I have a boarding pass stuck to my face.
You... What are you so happy about?
Just look at you, dyeing your hair like that at such a young age, instead of doing something decent with yourself. You're no better than that bunny on the Astral Express. Anyone could tell you're not from around here.
Hey, jerk! It's not dyed! And for the record, March Bunny is adorable. Wait, what happened to all those happy smiles on your faces before? How did you flip the switch so fast?
You people from beyond the sky, you just don't understand our happiness. If you keep causing trouble, don't blame us if we get nasty.
My apologies. My little sister is young and doesn't know better. We'll be on our way.
Who are you kidding? Sisters? You two aren't even the same species. Cause any more trouble and I'll call a whole boatload of Ploos to toss you both into the sea as fish food.
killing time.
The sun is shining and the vibes are immaculate. This is Full Whoosh TV's Happiness on the Street, bringing you real smiles straight from the streets of Seafeld. You two look like visitors from afar. I take it you're also following Planarcadia's grand event, the Phantasmoon Games?
Of course we're following it. It's not every day you see something this lively.
That's great. We've noted many echoing widespread concerns that the Astral Express's intervention is dragging our sacred Phantasmoon Games into a quagmire of competition with outsiders. What are your thoughts on this?
Widespread concerns? Mr. Reporter, I suspect your question already comes neatly packaged with its own answer.
Judging motives is futile. What we want to be focusing on is the real-life consequences of our actions.
Oh, that's so deep! Many Seafelders feel that rather than any IPC vision of prosperity, it's the healing smiles, healing Arcadias proposed by Lady Fullwish that is the more grounded future we desperately need. What is your take on this?
If the happiness comes at the cost of stripping away the perception of all pain, then it calls into scrutiny just how authentic such a happiness really is.
Exactly. By that logic, eating candy until your teeth fall out counts as happiness too, right? I mean, hey, at least it tasted sweet.
That's a very vivid analogy. Finally, a hypothetical question. If you had to choose, do you believe the preservation defined by outsiders or the happiness advocated by Miss Foolish better represents the future of Planarcadia?
The real future has never existed within such a narrow dichotomy. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Thank you both for sharing. Have a wonderful day. All defensive answers, not a single morsel from us. This whole segment is wasted. Go find some citizens who can chuck us a few happiness testimonials to pad out the real.
A wheel slip? This one's a lucky wheel, too.
Isn't that a good thing? Let's have some fun!
Welcome! Come try our happiness soda. One sip, and you'll be as lucky as Director Fullwish all day long.
Why is it always Fullwish? Doesn't she work in media? What's that got to do with soda?
Oh, you're an outsider. You would know. Director Fullwish is Seafeld City's pride and joy. She grew up just a street over. She's a true daughter of Seafeld. Can you imagine? After that terrible disaster 15 years ago, that child lost her whole family. Just a little kid. Truly heartbreaking. But she did herself proud. She pulled herself through it all, relying on sheer grit and optimism. Fullwish TV, back then it was still called Seafeld TV, even produced a special documentary about her called A Smile Against Adversity. I can't even tell you how many people were touched by it. And now, despite all her success, she hasn't forgotten to bring happiness to everyone. It's just amazing.
Do you really feel happy right now?
Of course! Just look at how happy I am. It's all thanks to the Research Society of Happy Smiles and Miss Fullwish. She not only supports the local economy, but she's brought with her a positive attitude toward life. We can all be just like her. Forget about all those painful memories from the past and just be happy every single day. Well, if you ask me, only someone who's come from suffering like her can truly want what's best for all of us. She's the one who could deal with all those outsider supplicants running amok and bring glory to our people. Come on, why don't you try some? It's on the house. You simply have to experience the unique taste of happiness that we have here in Seafeld. Guaranteed to make you forget all your troubles.
This Fullwish really is something else.
And this is also a wheel.
Talent's maxed out. Firing on all cylinders. Let's have some fun!
Bid farewell to painful memories and embrace the eternal now. Let the smile of happiness become your only truth. Follow Master Fullwish's path, embrace rebirth, and you and I can both become the happiest people in this Arcadia.
How very strange. No matter how many times I perform the divination, the signs hovering above the passers-by in Seafeld City are all wheels, signifying peace. Is my Eye of Ishvar suffering interference from a supplicant's abilities here? But how is that possible?
I actually think your judgment is looking more and more likely. The pedestrians on the roadside, the fishermen at the port, the shopkeepers on the street, and the ones preaching happiness. From the moment I entered this port city, I felt it. Something stirring gently within them, resonating with the same essence I carry. This entity is far too faint. I can scarcely feel its strength. It was once shattered to nothing, crushed into powder, burned down to ash, nearly extinguished. But it has no concept of death, and so it simply went to sleep. It quietly lurks, waiting for the farmer to scatter it across the fields. Given time, it will inevitably wake up again.
I believe most people in this city must have undergone the happiness surgery. Just look at the spectacle the Smile Society's putting on over there.
At the courtyard, you once said, "Fortune rests upon misfortune."
A great calamity for some, but for others, perhaps a turning point leading to ultimate bliss. If there really is something that lets people survive apocalyptic disaster, then a wheel slip hanging above their heads would be only fitting. However, those who survive will no longer be human.
By that time, there won't be any need for a general of the Xianzhou to petition an audience. The gaze of the hunt will be firmly locked on this place. Follow me.
What's your plan?
My plan? As the referee of the Phantasmoon Games, former referee, I mean, when faced with a supplicant who blatantly breaks the rules and dispenses blessings on a whim, the only thing I can do is issue an executive ruling.
So, this so-called ruling, does it involve summoning a bolt of lightning from the sky to just zap Foolish dead out of nowhere?
It's nothing so violent. In my judgment, I must first retrieve the sacred instrument. Only by using it to measure the supplicant's crimes can we sever her power. It's like a gardener pruning overgrown branches.
Let's have some fun!
Where are my fans?
Please keep off the grass and refrain from picking flowers. We ask that you treat with care. Enjoy your cooperation and enjoy your visit. We look after you.
Is this it? You keep this sacred instrument out here in broad daylight? Aren't you worried someone might make it disappear?
Hold your horses. We've still got a ways to go. As for my precious measuring instrument, do you really think I'd just leave it lying around in the middle of nowhere?
With all due respect, there is no path ahead. I get it. It's probably just an optical illusion. Extraordinary beings like you always love pulling that "the path only opens to the destined" trick. What's next? A secret passphrase? Do I find a stone matrix and jump through it? Or maybe... do you sing a little song, wave your hand, and the trees just obediently stand up and split into two neat rows?
I'm no woof woof Dawn. I don't have that kind of skill. A long time ago, I raised a floating island right here for someone to paint. To prevent others from wandering in by mistake, I asked that artist to paint thick fog and woodland here, so passersby wouldn't stray inside. We made a deal. As long as I play my song, the fog will disperse.
That's a cute puppy. Looks like it's taken a liking to you.
I'll just borrow this cutie's head for a sec. What do you think? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Compared to the Yuchue scenery, I suppose it's more natural.
Would it kill you to pay a compliment?
Yes.
What are you laughing at?
My apologies. I didn't mean to mock. I was merely curious. Is this thing really the sacred instrument with which you pass judgment upon supplicants? Is it really just a literal ruler?
Hey, don't underestimate the spirit branch of true law. When it first appeared in the form of a blade 150 years ago, it could cleave a mountain in half with a single effortless swing.
Miss Evanesia, let's keep such fanciful tales between us, shall we? Best not go spreading them around. If any of the Cosmicon Collective players find out, we'll never hear the end of their complaints about how mountain-busting power levels are for noobs.
I never expected a high-ranking Xianzhou general to be so well-versed in the gossip here on Planarcadia.
Such is the way of a diviner. To enter a place is to observe its local custom.
Same goes for us arbiters. Times change, and my babies have to change with them. Just picture it. A pretty girl in a school uniform, striding through the streets with a giant sword slung over her shoulder. You're right.
I see you are a law-abiding citizen, Miss Evanesia. Cute. Now then, please, begin your measuring.
Weigh and sever this world, and engrave the laws of the cosmos, spirit branch of true law, by the scale that adjudicates reality and illusion, truth and falsehood. Measure for me all sins beneath the Phantom moon that transgress the law. What is going on? It's telling me Full Wish is not a supplicant. If she's not a supplicant, then there's no way to judge whether she's transgressed or not.
What do you mean? If Full Wish isn't a supplicant, why would she openly declare that she's joining the Phantom Moon Games? And that mask, back of the altar, shaped like an 8-legged creature. Just who does it belong to?
Behind that mask, countless supplicants are wearing it. They're spread across all Sifu... No, all of Duo Mention City too. Supplicants, they're everywhere. Not in the history of the Phantom Moon Games have I ever seen a situation like this.
General, someone is approaching your position. It's Dan Heng, and...
Dan Heng, you've returned. And the one beside you. Blade. Or perhaps I should call you by your true name. One of the Xianzhou's most wanted criminals, Yingxing. You've delivered yourself into my hands. Good.
General of the Yuchue, your vision remains confined within the laws of the Xianzhou. I came here to kill our common enemy.
Our common enemy? You are the Xianzhou's enemy. Ever since you became a Stellaron hunter, you have slain countless emissaries of judgment sent by the Shuling Palace of Law to capture you. You even incited the artisans of the Juming to reforge your blade, entangling them in your crimes. But your most unforgivable crime is daring to break into the Ten Lords Commission restricted area on the Xianzhou Yuchue with your accomplices. You destroyed the Ashen Steelwood, disturbed the slumber of our valiant heroes, and stole the secrets of the dead. What kind of vision drove you to commit the countless crimes of your past? And what common enemy could possibly stand between you and me? By all means, enlighten me.
Oh? Well, I was in seclusion all these years. You've clearly been up to quite a lot. If I'd known you were such a magnet for trouble back when you came to the Juming, begging for a sword, I would have dragged you out of the forge and drafted you into my crew myself. Tied up, if necessary.
And this would be?
A pleasure to meet you, General Yao Guang. It's truly touching that my friends on the Xianzhou have kept me in their thoughts for all these years. I never change my name, no matter where I roam. I am La Mancha.
You're obviously using a fake name.
The head of the Galaxy Rangers. I didn't expect this trip to come with such a pleasant surprise.
General, I'm afraid old grudges will have to wait. What we need to discuss concerns the survival of this world, and that catastrophic calamity you foresaw in your divination.
I won't deny the crimes you've listed. But I know full well that the Xianzhou cares nothing for the life or death of someone guilty like me. What you truly want is to exact a blood debt from the nemesis who has repeatedly awakened demonic stars, summoned abominations, and could not be slain even after 100 deaths. You wish to subdue the Emanator of the Abundance, Shu-Hu once again, and even deny them rebirth for all eternity. And now, General, I have brought this opportunity before you. If you are dead set on condemning me to answer for my crimes, I will submit to your judgment and board the Navis Astridura for the Shuling's Inquisition. But as I said, I did not come here today to play the savior. I came to stop the past from repeating itself, and to prevent our common enemy from having their way. General, if you do not want the fate of the Battle of the Fenghu from 30 years ago to fall at your feet, then you must believe what I am about to say. The happiness surgery, promoted by the Smile Society, utilizes none other than Shu-Hu's cells. Cells acquired from an unknown source.
You mean everyone who underwent the surgery
Have all become supplicants. Once the wish power converges, the will of the flesh will awaken and turn every host into nourishment.
The one wearing the eight-legged mask is not a single person. It is an emanator of the abundance, dismembered and currently parasitizing the bodies of the masses here. Who on earth could have brought something so terrifying to Planarcadia?
Oh, what innocence! We all saw it with our own eyes. You got your supplicant's mask stolen and were strung up for a beating.
Yeah, you even went out of your way to set up a live stream for yourself. Afraid the whole universe would miss your heroic bearing, huh? A live-streamed public punishment!
What do you mean, stolen? Can a supplicant's affairs really be considered stealing? That's called tactical emotional engagement. A tactic and an art. Don't you get it? Yoo-hoo! If it isn't the Astral Express, it's famous Lil Raccoon. Did you miss my pranks?
Did you get the invitation for the supplicant debate at Full Wish TV?
My, oh my, talk about bad timing. My stream got banned, and the leader of the haters confiscated my supplicant mask. As for the debate, I'm afraid the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. But, seeing as you called, you clearly still have a shred of conscience left in you. Are you planning to give me a chance to haggle?
Answer me this question first. Is Foolish really a masked fool?
The tavern doesn't exactly register every fool's name and address. But having watched your stream, I believe she is. As for why, call it a kindred intuition. And just listen to our slogan. Healing smiles, healing Arcadias. That level of crazy? She's a certified fool. Most masked fools make a huge racket when they approach you. That, hey, look, I'm about to stir up some trouble vibe is impossible to hide. But Foolish is clearly the exception. Her brand of crazy is calm and sophisticated. Look at that haute couture getup she's wearing. It's worth 10 times a normal person's salary. Who'd have guessed a career woman with state levels of wealth who was always preaching social welfare would be a masked fool? Simply the most exquisite disguise.
I'd like to ask you to look into her background for me.
Now that's going too far. You actually want me to betray another masked fool?
Give me the intel on Foolish, and I'll return the mask to you.
Betrayal itself, that's the finest reward of all. Deal. Leave it to me. I'll contact you as soon as I get the intel. Foolish. Is there really someone like that among the masked fools? How come I'd never heard of her? Maybe we should ask Giovanni about her. He's got connections everywhere after all.
Sparksy? You just looted Sparkle's entire inventory right from under my nose. How can you say long time no see? Please spare me. Just give me a straight answer. Whose collection are you planning to steal this time?
Sparkle and I just had the reconciliation of the century. Let bygones be bygones. I'm actually here to ask for some serious advice. I swear, my hands are squeaky clean.
Oh, do tell. Anything that can make you this serious must be fascinating.
I want to ask about someone. Foolish, the The media tycoon who went on TV and invited all the supplicants? Is she really one of us? How come I've never seen her in the tavern?
I know of her, but I've never actually seen her in the tavern. If Full Wish really is a fool, with all the people coming and going, surely she would have been mentioned. As for the storage area logbook, no, there's absolutely no record of her. Either she never stored anything here, or she used a fake name.
We're doomed! Even the well-connected Mr. Giovanni knows nothing about this lady.
Nice try, but goading won't work on me. I do have a theory, though. Hear me out. Every fool sets foot in the tavern at least once in their life. If Full Wish really is a fool, then the moment she entered the tavern must have been in the wake of some unforgettable tragedy.
You mean the blood-stained games from 15 years ago? That's a tragedy which would leave a deep wound on a young girl's mind and soul. I get it. Maybe we should head to the hospital and dig up the girl's medical records.
Plastic surgery, please report to the director's office immediately. This hospital doesn't even have a plastic surgery department. Who on earth are you? Attention patients, please refrain from eating cheap hot pot in the home.
Full Wish? Full Wish? Happiness syntax. Now, what kind of disease is this? Trying to read this stuff is just torture. I'd better find a doctor. Hello? Hello? Is there a doctor in the house? Calling all doctors?
Well, if it isn't Patient Zero of the Sparksy-Con. To think the Department of Aberration Defense still hasn't locked you up. Heaven truly is blind. Because of you, I was planning to skip town and leave Planarcadia overnight. I even booked the tickets. It's a good thing he was here. So, what's the emergency this time? What ailment are you going to pretend to have?
Not me this time. It concerns an old case. The patient in these records. Ring a bell?
Wait, you didn't actually buy that I'm a doctor, did you? Forget it. This patient you're asking about? I remember them.
So, what kind of fool is Full Wish?
Looking back through the history of this hospital, there are countless characters who've turned this place upside down, but to tear the ceiling off on her very first visit? She's truly one of a kind.
What exactly did she do?
Hard to imagine she was still just a 16-year-old back then. And yet, she wanted to smash the fool's mask she'd just received into smithereens.
Can a fool's mask be destroyed?
Of course not. Though you'd know a thing or two about abusing masks, wouldn't you?
Don't be ridiculous. I'd never be stupid enough to try and destroy my own masks.
I just had to be heartless enough to abandon them.
The mask is part of the fool's self. Unless the fool is reduced to ash, how could anything happen to it? There were even some fools nearby rubbernecking who decided to help out. But despite all their efforts, they only managed to make a single crack. And the power that erupted when the mask shattered also left a crack in the hospital wall. Ugh, I spent several days peeling those bungling fools off the walls, and half a month more repainting and restoring the place. Room rewind.
Whoa! Is this the craft? Dr. Zhongshan, what's he saying?
Hard to say. Fools have tried walking in before, and well, they all went mad.
They went mad?
Yeah. Muttering to themselves, deliriously happy. No one knows what they saw, and I don't want to know. So I sealed the entrance. If you want to go in and take a peek, don't say I didn't know.
Dangerous? What could possibly be more dangerous than little old adorable Sparksicle? Listen up, my dear Sparks heads. Sparksicle is about to take you on an exclusive expedition through this mysterious fissure. Smash that subscribe button so you don't get lost. Let's roll!
Everyone's gone! Why? Why am I still alive?
Are you foolish?
Who's out there?
Foolish, there's a delivery for you.
This is... Who's this from? I didn't buy anything. Is this a mask? There's a piece of paper inside, too. What does it say? To the survivor, welcome to the world's end. Oh, right, the way you cried on TV. Was truly hilarious. Who are you? Why? Why are you doing this to me? What did I do wrong? Answer me! Answer me! I don't get it. All of this. Just what is so funny about all of this?
What the heck? That's the day she received an invitation to the tavern. I really don't know which utter degenerate from the tavern sent her such a cruel joke. Even someone as stone-hearted as me can barely stand to watch. Wait, these hallucinations. Exactly what part of them is supposed to be happy?
How did you get in? Never mind. That's not important. Welcome. Don't be afraid. Relax. You're that streamer who caused a scene at Graphia Academy, right?
Whoa! Even a media mogul like you recognizes me?
The first battle between supplicants made your name known to all. I can hear the desire in your heart, Miss Sparksy.
You can hear my desire?
You charged in here seeking answers, didn't you? To mercilessly tear the mask off another masked fool. See what card she's holding. You'll get your wish. Just like you,
I obtained my own mask through a twist of fate. But unlike most of you, I don't even want to touch it. So, I'm not like you, with all your miraculous powers. I possess only one trivial little talent. I can hear the happiness you desire most, deep within your hearts.
Happiness. My days are filled with happiness. But what about you? Are you all right? I saw what you've been through. You have my sympathy.
Sympathy, yes. Dr. Zhongshan called it the happiness syntax. She mistook it for some kind of disease. But I say no. This is the blessing of the elation. Precisely because my past was so agonizing. The Divine allowed me to hear the happiness deep in everyone's hearts as a form of consolation. I can smell the pulsating desire within your heart, like sweet honey dripping from a comb. It travels along your nerves, dissolving into a syrupy, sticky sweetness.
No surprise there. After all, I'm just a sweet girl whose sugar content is totally up the charts. But Miss Connoisseur, merely savoring the scent isn't enough. Are you planning to taste it for yourself?
As you wish. Let us start tasting from the first bite. Recognition. Deep within your heart, you desire everyone's gaze to be filled with adoration. The secret you use to seduce the audience is the very same thing you crave yourself, isn't it?
Correct.
Next comes victory. The first supplicant battle was merely a minor setback. Without a doubt, once the mask is back in your hands, you will conquer the entire Phantom Moon games with ease.
That's it! That's exactly how it should be!
The laughter will appear in person to crown you for eternity. They will weep and beg you to become the brand new eon of elation. And the end of all this is eternal fulfillment.
It's so quiet.
All that revelry is nothing but hollow noise, meant to fill the void before reaching this ultimate fulfillment. Come here, newborn god. Behold this world that belongs to you. It lies at your feet, submissive, humble, within your grasp. Jump down. Throw yourself at it. Embrace it. This paradise will become one with you, leaving no distinction between you.
The illusionist, making this dream feel so real.
To think you could resist this perfect desire. What a contradictory girl. You make me feel both pity and curiosity.
you've got it wrong. No matter how beautiful your illusion is, it can't change its essence. Once happiness is within easy reach, it becomes as bland as a cup of plain water. In our line of work, who hasn't tasted the true zest of life only after long torture? Satisfaction. Listen to me, you phony fool who can't even face your own mask. What we masked fools do best is to stir pain into the strongest wine and spin despair into the maddest joke. Thanks for the sugar water. It tastes pretty bland.
Since you refuse the sweet happiness I've offered, I have no choice but to insist you drink the bitter wine of punishment.
How about this, Miss Connoisseur? Why don't you have a taste of my spirits? Welcome to the live stream! Planarcadia, Happiness Syntax, Honkai chapter, starts now! Oh, too bad. 0 viewers.
Observe the heavens with my divinations! Best of luck! An explosive start!
Not exactly tough, just overwhelming in sheer volume. Honestly, it's enough to exhaust even a fool. Suffering all this just for a mask? Definitely not a good trade.
Tiny little... Why did you break my toy?
Oh, not even pretending anymore, huh? I should have known. Full Wish was only ever a puppet placed in the spotlight. So tell me, puppeteer in the shadows, what are you supposed to be? I know this one. Shush is the name of the robot on the express. I'm begging you, leaving another version of yourself to suffer while you hide on the sidelines having a laugh. That's just low. Look at you! Nice going. We've really poked a massive hornet's nest this time. Let's fight our way out together!
And that's the situation. Blade's getting restless because of Shuhu's flesh. I need to stay here and keep him from losing complete control.
Stay safe. Don't worry about us.
Turns out the happiness promised by the Smile Society is actually the flesh and blood of an emanator of the abundance. Seems like Full Wish's conspiracy goes far beyond just resurrecting the Herald of Death.
Mr. Ashvale and I have arrived at the TV tower. They're still setting up the debate venue here, and nothing looks out of the ordinary.
You know each other?
It's a long story. I'll have to explain later. With the help of tuning, I will conceal my identity as a supplicant and cooperate fully with you.
She went to find a way to cure the patients.
That's weird. She's caused such a huge mess, yet she's still inviting people to this debate? Isn't she afraid of getting exposed in front of everyone?
If the public catches wind of this, panic is inevitable. She knows we wouldn't dare risk exposing her in such a situation.
Allow me to add, the IPC has confirmed the scale of the Smile Society. More than 200,000 citizens have undergone the happiness surgery. To extrapolate,
The advantage these supporters provide Full Wish is negligible. The probability of your victory is 71%.
Full Wish is challenging all the supplicants, so her odds of winning were never high to begin with. She must have prepared a defensive position. We need to stay on guard at every instant.
I will publicly decline the invitation and prioritize the abundance anomaly. Logic. Planarcadia needs a CEO right now, more than it needs a supplicant. If the situation spirals out of control, I will immediately terminate the Phantasmoon Games. But until then, the PR department will do its utmost to support you and defuse Full Wish's PR offensive.
That should be enough. Thank you.
Danger lurks everywhere right now. I don't think it's wise for all of us to rush to Seafeld City. March and I will stay in Duo Mention City, just in case something goes wrong.
Oh, right. We gotta watch the Express. It'd be a disaster if someone tried to steal our home. Besides, debates aren't really my thing. You got it. I'll be sure to spam a few extra bullet comments for you.
Then let's head out. We'll be in touch.
Saving progress. Next time, let's crank it up a notch.
Next stop is Wahaha Grand Theater. The train will depart shortly. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform and keep an eye on your personal belongings. Thank you.
Let's have some fun.
Attention passengers.
I didn't expect Planarcadia to have a spot as peaceful as this.
I guess there are pros and cons. Even after all these years, public transport around here is still a huge hassle. The TV tower is still a fair distance away. We'll have to walk the rest of the way.